So I want to talk to you just very quickly about the liability issues of what this company did at another site in California, where they built on top of a nuclear reactor site that they did not remediate for the hazards. And there are workers by the dozens and dozens, even upwards of 100 people, that are claiming that they are ill from radiation poisoning and toxic poisoning as a result of working on that site. And what was IRG's response? They sued the workers to silence them, and they also sued a website, a citizen-based website, that was posting the documents about the workers' allegations. IRG took them to court to try to silence them. And a federal judge I think he was a federal judge, just about 2 weeks ago, ruled in favor of the workers' rights to speak up about the hazards of what he alleges is associated with his exposure on that site. So the liability is to sue the people who are concerned, to shut them up. And that is their pattern. And those documents are accessible online in California, and I'd be happy to talk to you about them. They also included me for writing about the Lowry Vista site, which you can read about. I'll give you the website as well, trying to chill my rights to speak up against the radioactive hazards that lay underneath this. So to cut into this site, they have no plans to clean it up. To cut into this site, expose workers, the risks of that have not been properly addressed. And there's, you could look at the Air Force documents about this on the website that used to exist, except they've taken it down.
And I think one of Adrian's comments was, we're out there to squelch your input. The fact of the matter is, our track record has never been that out here. All right? And so, please, comments. Send your comments to Chris. Send them to Marshall. Whoever you think is appropriate, do so. Those are going to get put in this GDP, and it's going to get modified accordingly. And there's examples of how it's been modified already. Now, one other thing, and I think that it's important to lay this out, because we just had an accusation that somehow we managed to bury a nuclear reactor somewhere. There's scandal. There are comments that are inaccurate, and quite frankly, there are comments that border on slander. And I don't think there's any other way to put that. The reactor in question, just so everybody understands, the documents are out there to look at if you want to see them, was a 4-watt, okay, your nightlight's 15 watts, test reactor that used depleted uranium and natural uranium metal for testing at a site in California. It was removed by the federal government in the 1950s, 50 years before we ever had any involvement in that site. And the area in which it was used, a former loading dock, was tested clean twice before we ever bought the property. Actually, our partner in this deal, Industrial Realty Group. As to suing or trying to chill Adrian, I know her website. I guarantee you we haven't done anything to chill it.
That's
At
right.
least not to my knowledge. Second of all, as far as I know of any litigation that International Risk Group is involved in California, we were sued. We haven't sued anybody. And I think it's really important to make that clear.